Top Dog Canine Services came into existence in 2001. It had been an idea that I had had for quite some time. What if there was a place that dogs could go during the day and they could get training during the day and then come home at night, so that when their owners' parents were at work, they could come home, they could pick their dog up and go home and have a nice quiet evening, rather than coming home to a dog who's been cooped up all day and is full of energy and maybe gotten into trouble at home, chewed stuff up, left unwelcome presents on the carpet, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of how Top Dog Canine Services was born. The pet ownership relationship really has evolved. At one time, dogs were dogs. They were outside. They were not in the house. They were tied up or they were loose in the yard. Now people are more aware of the importance of socialization of their pets. They're more aware of the importance of training of pets, particularly urban pets, because people who live in the city, when you take your dog for a walk, you're going to meet other dogs. If you live out on the proverbial farm, probably your dog's not going anywhere, not seeing anybody, so it's not a big deal. But city dogs need that extra socialization and training. Dogs still need to have a hierarchy. They still need to have people in charge. And when people let their dog be in charge, even unintentionally, then quite often that's when the behavioral concerns start. Training your dog, learning how to be a responsible pet owner as opposed to a pet parent is probably a better avenue to go. When COVID hit and people were home and they were bored and they couldn't go anywhere and they couldn't do anything, and they thought, well, now is the perfect time to get a puppy, which on one hand it is, because you are home and you can do lots of training with your puppy if you could get to training classes. But the problem was you couldn't get to training classes, and you couldn't get your puppy out and socialize your puppy the way that puppies should be socialized. Dr. Ian Dunbar, who's one of my mentors, says that puppies should meet at least 400 people by the time they're 4 months old. So we are seeing with the COVID puppies, as we're calling it, we're seeing a lot of puppies that are quite nervous being outside of their house. They have some anxiety about being away from their people. We're seeing a lot of what I call over-attachment bonding issues, which is kind of like separation anxiety, but not quite the same, because it's sort of in the first blush of it. So when people are going back to work now, then, oh, what do we do with this puppy? So that's why we created this program called Puppy Preschool. So the Puppy Preschool program works that Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Puppy Preschool Day. The puppies come, they call us from the parking lot, we come out to the parking lot, we get the puppy, we bring the puppy in, the puppy gets wiped down with a waterless shampoo, then they go in their puppy area and they hang out and play with the other puppies. Shortly after 10, when all the instructors are here, then we go through, we divide the puppies into groups, and each instructor will take a couple of puppies and they start doing the training with the puppies one-on-one. We have a little report card that they work through the basic skills and they make notes and say where the puppy is at. We do a lot of little video clips so that the people can see what's going on, because they're missing out as well. In the hot weather, we have pools and hoses and bubbles and stuff they can play with. And then we do some afternoon group training where all the puppies are in a group. So we do that kind of stuff with the puppies as well. We have done some work with people who didn't get puppies during COVID, they got rescues. And so the rescue dogs, quite often there's a honeymoon period with rescue dogs that for the first couple of weeks everything's hunky-dory, and then the dog starts testing and seeing what he can get away with, and then we start seeing some behavioral issues. And so we have done some rehab rescue for people who have gotten dogs and help them to get things back on track so that the dog is able to stay in that home. So if people are interested in this program, they can contact us via email. info@talkdogcanineservices.com. There is a link on our webpage that you can just click on that. When people get a dog, if they do the front end work, if they load in the front end work and they get a puppy and they do the training, they do puppy training, they do basic training, they spend, about a year training their dog, then they're going to get a lifetime worth of reward out of that effort that they put forth.